8 days ago, my wife Beth gave birth to our sixth kiddo. His name is Micah. We now have 3 girls and 3 boys. Micah made his debut less than 10 minutes after we arrived at the birth center. We expected to go home within a few hours like the others, but were immediately met with challenges. Since Beth was recovering from birth, I hopped on the stretcher and took an ambulance ride with Micah on my bare chest to keep him warm. And the next 24 hours were a whirlwind as doctors tried to figure out what was going on. And as they were throwing around one potential diagnosis after another, we rejected them all. And the first thing I heard from the Lord during this challenging time was, "Hold the line." And I knew what he meant. This was a spiritual battle, and I was to stand firm, immovable, unshakable. I can't tell you how many times I had to refer back to this word from the Lord over the following 6 days. Hold the line, hold the line. The battle was so intense that I found myself in the stairwell at the hospital many times, crying out to the Lord to help me stand firm. He came to the rescue each time. And then at 6 days old, Micah had the best night yet. And during the night, I had a vision of the enemy running off into the distance, and I heard the Lord say, "He's gone." Submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee. It's not a fairy tale. It's the word of God. Beth was then led to pray for Micah to have the best care for a complete recovery. And within hours, I overheard our nurse in the hall say, "I don't know why I was moved." And then she was replaced with a much more competent nurse. We know why. And not too long after that, our doctor came in to let us know that she had reached the end of her rope and wanted to transfer Micah to another hospital that was better resourced to help him. Talk about a quick answer to prayer. So Micah took a helicopter ride to the new hospital, and we met him there a few hours later, and the doctor was right. This place is much better equipped to help him. He had such a wild first week of life that the recovery process is about as intense as last week's battle, but we know we're in the right place with the right plan. The word of the Lord remains even now. Hold the line. We are to stonewall the enemy with God's grace, goodness, and favor. Many have inquired about what's going on, and the Lord does not permit me to speak of the challenge or the diagnosis. Uttering those words would give place to the devil, and I'm not going to do it. Our focus is to never be on the problem, but on the promises of God. We can't have our eyes on both of those at the same time, so we better make sure we're looking at the right direction, looking at the right thing. So as you stand with us, here's what I want you to pray. Help Kate and Beth hold the line. We hold the line with them. The victory has already been won. Micah will live to declare the goodness of God. You know, when this started, we prayed, "Lord, thank you for healing little Micah," to which the Lord quickly corrected us. He is not little Micah. He is mighty Micah. And we have since had confirmation from others that the Lord corrected them the exact same way as they were praying. In Hebrew, his name means, "Who is like the Lord?" That's what the doctors and the nurses are saying every time they call him by name. And to make it even better, we wrote Mighty Micah on his name card in the hospital so that the nurses take it up a notch and agree with what God says about him. So thank you for standing firm with us. Resist the urge to feel sorry about the situation. We are not discouraged. Yes, it's a challenge, but the Lord is strengthening us each and every day. Micah belongs to the Lord. All we need to do is agree with what God says about him. And once all this is said and done, when people hear the testimony, do you know what they're going to say? "Who is like the Lord? To God be the glory."